Welcome to the Knox County Board of Commissioners, March 17th, 2026 meeting. This morning, we're gonna have bid opening for Knox County engineer, for roadside mowing program. Introduce yourself and
Mike Cochran, I'm the deputy engineer for Knox County. I'm here for the bid opening.
then we'll start back now. Your first one's gonna be from Quick Mow Inc.
Who's doing that last one?
Running G Farms.
Okay.
It looks like 131,658.03. $131,658.03. Your next one is from Running D Farm. Total bid, 107,730, no change. 107,730, no change. That's your extent of the bid of
I think you guys, I'll take these back. We gotta look through some stuff, but. Good back to you.
Thanks for coming in. Bring on that 70-degree weather you're talking about.
It's supposed to be here Saturday. Hope the snow a lot.
Well, yeah, come on up.
So that was it, correct?
That is
the two.
Two of them. Two bids.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll have an update from Knox County Water and Wastewater. Jeff, I'll let you introduce yourself and it's your show.
All right, I am Jeff Picker. I'm the director of the Water and Wastewater Department. And we're going to do this really quick because I have another meeting and you guys like when I talk too fast. She's going to learn. So, Jason, oh, you got it. I got it.
He's got it. He's driving for you.
All right, hey, you're driving. Projects 2026. Projects 2026. Let's hope that it works. Oh, yeah, it's on there. So I think back in December, we had kind of talked about, we had gotten away from this a little bit towards the end of the year. So to keep myself accountable and my management group, we're back into
Start that up a little bit.
start listing projects, things that we want to get done, and the progress, because sometimes we kind of forget and things kind of get shoved around. So these are some of the things we went through and identified. The list will grow as the year progresses. Hopefully some of these things will be completed. You'll see the X's, and some of them are things that were carried on from the previous year. When you look down the cleaning septic tanks at Bladensburg, we're about finished down there, but there's still a few. So to keep reminding my management group that you need to get this done, we'll keep this graph in front of them and the chart in front of them. So just some different things. The cammering, the TV sewer lines. We've still got a long ways to go. With the rain that we've had, our flows have been up probably about 1 million gallons more than what we had back in December, January, when it was cold weather out. So we definitely have I&I problems, which everybody does, but we need to address them. So that's just excessive pumping and treatment that we shouldn't need to do. So
You might want to explain that. It's rainwater that's seeping in.
it's rainwater, so it can become from several different points. Some of it may just be running down the ditch and getting into a manhole. Some of it may be infiltrating down into the ground, and then you might have some cracked or leaking sewer lines, whether they're on the homeowner side or on the county side, letting clear water in. Some of them may be downspouts and sump pumps, which are a no-no, being tied in also. Those are a little bit harder for us to find, especially the sump pumps. But people have sump pumps, the foundation drains drain into a sump pump, and they're tied into their sewer system and pumping into there. As we find them, they will be required to take them out. It is illegal per Ohio EPA to have clean water connections. So they're a little bit more difficult to find, but we do see them once in a while when we're cameraing. We'll see the water come on and shut off as the sump pump cycles and stuff.
Jeff, why don't you give the, what the I&I acronym stands for?
I&I is inflow and infiltration. I'm sorry. So I'm an EPA. Yeah, that's what they do too. And then we don't know what they mean. So inflow and infiltration. So infiltration, water coming in from the ground, infiltrating in. Inflow, like I said, possibly water running in the top of a manhole somewhere, and the manhole lid has holes and you may see that, type of things. So those are the two acronyms. Those are areas underneath the CCTV, Harborview, Northridge. We've done a good bit of work in the Harborview area, Grand Valley View, Baldwin, the Lake Line sewer, which we've done some repairs on in the past and have reduced a lot of I&I, but there's still areas in there and Hillside. It's a small little area, but it's amazing. That pumps 1 or 2 cycles a day in the wintertime when the lake's down. And as soon as they raise the lake level up, it jumps up significantly. Now, it's not a lot of water in volume, but it is in percentage of the time that pump station runs. So, but different areas that we've identified. The PVA gravity line, we had that on the list last year. They are in the process of buying the pieces and parts, and we're going to start doing some gravity line replacement out there. We see a significant amount of clean water coming into our new wastewater plant out there. So we're probably double what we had anticipated on flows coming through there. Still well within compliance and meeting our permit limits, but it is a concern, especially in small package plants like that. The digesters, something that nobody likes to do, and we kind of blew that off last year. It is on the top of my priority list, and it will get done. I know I have 3s, and they need to be changed to 1s. It's created some problems. We get grit and stuff from this I&I coming into our sewer system that ends up into our digesters and ends up creating problems both in the centrifuge and all the pumps. So we go in, we pump them things clear down, we pump all that stuff out. It's a lot of manual labor, cleaning all of the good stuff that's still hanging in there out, but get it out and it ends up going to the landfill then. So
Jeff, I know we didn't get down there last year, and I know Brenda's probably dying to get down to the plant.
she wants to be there when we're doing the digester. Is that what you're saying?
Take her on the digest. But I think maybe one of these, maybe 1 month, we have a meeting. We should probably just go down to the plant and you just give them a tour.
Yep.
And
I think probably maybe even just run into the well field would be quick
go
too,
to
and even I mean if we have time to run out the PVA, I mean that's our newest plant. And,
We've been to the well.
you've been
well field,
but just maybe even just kind of explain what goes on, which isn't a
You
lot.
have a new well going in out there.
Correct. Yes, and you'll see as we get on down through there. So diesel generator load banks and stuff, we talked about that last year. That's something that we do every year. On the diesel ones, the natural gas ones are about every 3 years we do load banks on there. Pretty significant. We hire an outside contractor to actually do that, but they run those generators at full load to make sure that they're capable of producing the power we need them to produce when the power goes out, like last week. Stating that we did a project, neither one of you were here at the time, but with some of the ARPA money and we put generators in at all of the pump stations, we would have had a nightmare last week had we not had those in there because we had ones running for several days.
Wow.
Wellfield, Booster Station, King Beach, forget there was another one that they ran for about 2.5 days.
Wow.
So, and we would
Power being out.
power being out, and we would have really struggled to try to keep up. Our crew would have been in there the whole time, and we would have had people out, when the wind was blowing and the trees were falling, which is not a real good safety thing. So, very beneficial and very grateful that we were able to do that project, and it's made a big difference. And we didn't have any overflows or anything like that. They just worked like a charm. So that's one of the good things from doing
And
that
I guess
project.
just kind of let them know. So what would have happened before is we would have probably had some backup and
You're right. We had 3 generators that we would have been hauling around. We would have probably ended up with sewer in people's houses and or in the lake. I mean, because you can only get around to so many and try to get them pumped down. And, the pump stations pump from here to this one, to this one, to this one, to get to the plant. So that's quite extensive in getting around. So we would have never kept up. We wouldn't have kept up if we would not had those. I mean, even with the manpower, but
So I would take it previously this happened.
it had.
this has happened.
Yeah,
It's happened.
Was Jeff prioritized that as one of the
And-
areas.
and
And
that-
I think that was about a $300,000 project, probably to get all those.
Yeah,
Generators.
yeah, it might have been just a little bit more than that, but yeah, $300,000-400,000.
And
But
we
it
put
was
what, 30 some?
20. We have 26. I think there's 26 generators on that project.
Hmm.
So
And they're big ones. Yeah, there's our good sized generators.
we had done a few prior to that. I'd already put one in at the well field. We had one in at the booster, and we did at a couple of our large pump stations. We had already done that in our normal projects.
And we ran all those on natural gas. Did you have to
No.
do diesel?
Yeah, we had to do some of the places
So
we did
we
not
had
have
to do-
natural gas, so we had to do diesel.
You still have to go fire them up and that.
No.
They're automatic.
They are
Power goes
automatic.
out, they come on.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. The switch gear monitors the line power coming in, and when it is off, then the switch gear switches,
Right.
tells the generator to start. I
Nice.
mean, it's equipment. I'm not going to tell you that we don't go out there once in a while and have to fire them up, but
Okay.
we have alarm systems on there too with battery backups. So if the level starts to get high, it gives one of the guys on call and we go out. But yeah, for the most part, they go, and we didn't have to send guys out in that inclement weather, and for safety reasons,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right.
So that was great. So the generators, change oils, and all those. Those are just things that we keep on the list to make sure that we're getting them done each year. We still have a little bit of work to do at Bladensburg on the distribution boxes. We kind of got frozen out at the end of the year, so we need to, as weather and time permits, we need to finish up on that. We'll go down to the our new administration building, and I'll kind of elaborate on that. But sewer lines and water lines installed, that's something that we're going to do. We have the easements from the 2 parcels that we needed for our sewer line. We have our ODOT permits for the bores across 36 to get the water and sewer over there. We will have the capabilities, if there's any development, we'll have some upsides there that we will be able to handle. I mean, if somebody wants to build something there on either side of us for a little ways. So we kind of plan for that.
Jeff, and I just wanted to update the commissioners because I haven't updated them on this, but so I've had a couple meetings with the county's financial advisor on financing of
Mhm.
projects. And so I had Jeff sitting on the one last week. So it looks like for the new well that we needed to do, which is estimated between 700,000 and 800,000, and then the admin building, looks like we're gonna finance that through OWDA, which is the Ohio Water Development Authority. And that's a state agency, but so they provide low interest loans and grants for water, wastewater, and solid waste projects to local governments in Ohio. So the interest rate on that is gonna be looks like in the upper threes, probably is what we're looking at. And it'll be financed, both projects will be financed separately and then Jeff will pay those back through, obviously
Through my
his
budget.
revenue.
Yep.
But that was a much better low interest way to go versus a bond, because that's what the OWDA, what the legislature set them up. I think he said 1968, where they were set up for this, is to fund local water, wastewater
Well, I
projects.
think we're still under the alert with not knowing the outcome of some things here about bonds and grants, aren't they?
Yeah. So this is a better way. We looked at, there was some ways to finance it through state EPA, but the timing of that wasn't going to line up with
When we
the
needed the funds.
process
Yeah.
is a little bit longer. So OWDA is a little easier, quicker way to do it. So Jeff's working on the applications. We're going to have another meeting this Thursday. And then David Conley with our rock mill, which is the city.
So Jeff, you're bringing that water and sewer across 36 to the bill
Correct.
route they come to?
Yes,
Not on that side then?
there's nothing on that side.
Okay.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, so we're actually going to be putting a grinder pump station in on our facility. It's a duplex, so it's something that can handle more than just the little bit of waste that we'll have from the office if we need
And you
to.
might elaborate what this facility's gonna do a little bit, so people know.
Okay, so this new admin building will be out at our location where, you know, the majority of our customers are at the Apple Valley. It will house our office staff, the billing staff and everything. It'll be easier for our customers to be able to get into us. We'll have a drop-off box so that they don't even have to get out of their car if they want to come and pay their bills. So they won't have to stick them in the snail mail and, you know, hope that it might get to us, you know, 2 months afterwards kind of thing. Because we've run into a lot of problems, you know, recently with the mail delivery. So, and the mailing and not us not getting them. So they'll be able to drop them off. So hopefully, plus we're going to be closer to the rest of our staff. So our staff and interaction with the wastewater plant and those guys with the office staff, it's just going to make it a much.
And this will be located almost
At the-
right across
Across from the entrance
of Apple Valley.
Yeah,
Correct.
Not
exactly.
quite, but pretty close on the opposite side of the road, which then gives you what, a couple miles to the plant in Howard.
Correct. Yes. So
And what, a couple more miles to the well field. So it kind of
right.
gets everything
It's
down.
pretty centered. doesn't
It's just pretty centered and the majority of our customers are at Apple. I mean, we're
We had
looking at
identified this
3,400 or
probably
so.
5 years ago or so as a priority to try to find, we were never able to
Find
find
something
some
that,
land.
yeah.
The county owns some land down there, but it was nothing we could build on.
Right.
And this lot isn't perfect, but it's gonna be in a pretty good spot.
It looked
About
out.
close as we
Good
can.
luck, challenging, but yes. We just received back, so to elaborate, we've just received back the engineering drawings and stuff on there. There's a little bit more to do with the stormwater, and we should be ready to put the package together to go out to bid.
Good.
The goal was to beginning of March. Obviously, we're way past that, so I would hope by the end of March, we would be ready to put that out for bid.
Yeah.
So, jumping with talking about financing and drilling new well number 7, we were supposed to start on it this week. Their materials did not come in, so we've shuffled that back to hopefully next week. That will be starting on the initial phase. There's 2 phases to it. Actually, there's really 3. We'll drill the well, we'll sample the water, we do some pump tests. Once we gather all that data, then we do a PTI, permit to install, to the Ohio EPA. We give them all this data that we've collected. They approve for the well. It's kind of a backwards way of doing it. So they approve the well, and then we'll put it out for bid for the apertures that need to go into ground, the piping, the connections, the electrical, and all of that stuff. That will be the second phase, which is the majority of the phase. So the first phase I'm paying out of my budget. The second phase is the part that we'll be financing then. So.
And that's kind of another piece that's nice with OWDA. If we would take a bond out for this, we would have to go with what we think estimates are. We'd have to borrow that amount of money and the money comes in. With OWDA, we can tell them what we think we need to borrow, but then when the project actually takes place, if it comes in less than that, they only finance what we need. So we're not borrowing.
We're not borrowing money that we don't really need.
necessarily.
Yeah. So,
Excellent.
couple other little quick things. We did finally get our new track hoe in that I think you all will remember. That was like, you know, last year in June. So we did just finally get it. Guys are all happy with it. It should be something that
Was it the same company or did you switch?
no, it is a different brand. Okay, so
Same
it is
company, different brand.
correct. Locally sourced. So we did purchase it here locally. They just started carrying this, and I think we ended up, in all essence, we probably ended up with a better hoe when we were all said and done. But it was extremely frustrating to know that we had, you know, I said we had traded a piece of equipment in last May and just now. And
What about your dump truck? I know we're in need of a dump truck.
And okay, so my management group has been out and looking at what they believe they need for a dump truck. We've got a company working on a state bid pricing right now for us for a freight liner. Probably we'll look at someplace else too, but they're kind of putting the pieces and parts of. We don't need all the bells and whistles. Some of them. They had a truck down there that we could have taken off the shelf per se, but had too many bells and whistles. We don't need that stuff. So we didn't.
How old is your truck? It's
Yeah, it's old, and we've had a lot of problems with it. It was a used truck that we built. It was an old over the road semi, and so we built it, and we've had lots of issues, and we use our trucks a lot. We do a lot of services. One of the things I've had on here, the guys have done several services already this year. I mean, we were in the 70s last year. I don't think we'll be any less than that this year. There's probably, I think there's 5 or 6 water services to put in right now out there on the board.
and what's the price of a dump truck?
We're going to be looking in the probably 180s or
I
so.
was gonna say,
Yeah, 180. I mean, because it's a tandem axle. They're building it specifically for us, or speccing it out for us. It's going to have very low rear end transmission. I'm going to get into too technical. It ain't going to go very fast. We don't need that truck to go very fast. We're all close, but we need to have power because we can't make it up the hill hardly from our shop going up Apple Valley Hill, trying to get up through there. So
And we did
back traffic up.
I did check to see if we could finance that through OWDA, and they typically, we can't do a truck because it could be used for other non-water
Water and
wastewater
wastewater.
use. And so for them, it
I know.
can't have any potential to be used for any other
I
option.
know in a different life, I used to bid those. For the company I work for. And it might have changed back then, some of your American franchises, Ford, Chevy. They would offer. Municipality discounts and rebates, but also a special finance rate on those things if they were needed. Yeah, had a lot of townships take advantage of that because they got, for municipalities and.
The rebate, the rebates or the discounts, the state bid pricing is pretty significant from what they would have sold that to you or me,
Oh, yeah.
and what they're selling it to us is pretty significant.
They actually used to laugh because we bid those things in like 160,000 back then. It would be 20 grand less than what I can buy it for as a dealer.
Yep, exactly. So it is, yeah, it's below their cost. So anyway, that, and we're still dealing with storm damage too. We had some damage to a couple of the grinder stations, PEDs, control panels and stuff, but we're up and going. They were working on them yesterday. So nothing building wise that we've seen, Jason. So I think we're pretty safe on that. We're fortunate. We did cut some trees out that we had anticipated having some problems with last fall. So they didn't go on our shop. So and that, I think that's it. Oh, one other thing, I'm sorry. So, and I missed it, it was clear at the top, but we've had a large water loss for several months and we've been working on it diligently. We ended up having a company come in. They didn't find anything on the loop on Apple Valley Drive. They didn't find anything significant, but we did find a couple. It has reduced some. We're still anticipating that it may be some frozen meters that are on our side of the meter, that it's froze with this weather the way we had. We've had several frozen lines in people's houses. But if it's before a meter, we can't pick it up. So we're going to probably start walking the system to try to find that, because as we progress into the summer and our usages start to go up, we're going to start to struggle a little bit. So
you think it's people's homes that have frozen?
no, because we would pick those up with our continuous consumption that we do every day. So we do a continuous consumption every day, a report, and if we see that you have used water steadily for
Okay.
25 hours, we either pick up the phone and call you, or we go to your house and if nobody's there, we'll shut it off if we think it's going too far. But
Between the water line and the meter then.
that is correct. So and it may be in the meter pit itself and it just doesn't surface. So if somebody, I guess, if people were watching this and somebody happens to see something, call in the office. I mean, we can go out and take a look if they see some water flowing. And that's how we found one on Majors Road. Was people were out, it was warm one day and they were out and said, yeah, we seen that water. It's been running down there for a while. And it was pretty significant, but we're still in the 40% water loss, and we were down into the teens to 20, but we were up in the 60s before we found these last couple. So 60% water loss, we wouldn't have been able to keep up in the summertime, especially when we had wells down too. So this number 7 well, getting it up and running would be a blessing for us also.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Sorry, I talked really
I'll get
fast.
my waders on and we'll go down there.
No waiters, no waiters.
You tell me what I need to
Then you would-
wear.
It's much cleaner than you.
Yeah, it's not not dirty. It just smells in one place.
No getting around that.
No,
No,
you
haven't
can
been
go,
down there.
okay.
Well, I'll go, Cheryl go, Mallory go, we'll all.
We'll
get
bring a
together.
box lunch.
No, we'll have lunch.
Sorry, Penny. We sorry, Penny. All right. Where's my- Oh, it's here, I got it. I'll grab it. Just because I'll never find it again, so.
Jason, I'll flip it over to you when you're ready.
Have a good day.
You guys too. Thanks, sir.
All right, we have approved a contractor agreement for IT services for the Village of Gambier.
Motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Signature. And then we have a sub-agreement with program year 26 and 27 between the Knox County Department of Job and Family Services and the Greater Ohio Workforce Board for comprehensive business-driven workforce development services. This is out of Knox.
A motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor say
Aye.
aye. Aye.
That one will require both of your signatures.
Mhm.
Then we have a utility permit for Ohio Cumberland Gas, Dennis Church Road, Jackson Township.
A motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have another support letter for the airport for the construction of their maintenance facility, and this one is for they're doing for a congressionally directed spending application. The other one, I think, was a state level, so this one is separate, so.
Motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, and that one, I'll have you sign that one too, so I have you sign that letter of support. Okay, so now we have our senior levy agreements that you approved the awarding last week. And so now we're doing the actual agreement. So the first one is with Bladensburg Community Heritage Foundation, the amount of $35,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Third, so
The next one we have is for the Center of Hope, and this is in the amount of $30,000.
Motion to approve.
second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And this is also the. That's the yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have Centerburg Senior Services, and this is the amount of $215,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Then we have Fredericktown Senior Activity Center in the amount of $81,500.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have Job and Family Services, Adult Protective Services Division, which this is for the contract with Area Agency on Aging. That's for $125,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have the task force for older adults, and this is for the farmers market vouchers, and it's $15,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Knox Planning Partnership, Senior Health and Wellness, and I think you remember they talked about this is for the nurse that does home visits, and this is $70,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then we have the Sanctuary Community Action for $80,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Station Break in the amount of $580,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
All right.
And last one is the YMCA of Mount Vernon in the amount of $10,000.
Motion to approve.
Second, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And just got normal bills and I think one set of minutes. Just an update quickly on, so Jeff mentioned, but on storm damage, just to kind of give you an update. We had some trees down out at Opportunity Knox. We obviously had the large tree that fell in front of the veterans office. The SOS is gonna get that out of there this week. They were out to clean off a path Sunday night so we could use the sidewalk. But that other tree that's there is not great either. So we're gonna take both of those, or take that one out too, at the same time, or they may come back and get that one. And then we'll figure out put some new trees back in the front lawn there this summer or this spring. We also had a tree down near out at Soil and Water, and we had part of a roof rip off out at the engineer's office, and it's one of those old buildings that we're not sure it's even worth turning in a claim to fix it. That building probably just needs torn down.
That's the one we were in, third floor.
Yeah, so that part of that roof was ripped
It
off.
was out the road.
And then we've had the fair board reached out. There was some damage to some buildings at the fair.
Roofs.
Tomorrow, yeah, I think roofs. And so tomorrow, Robin is going out and Andrew's going out to get some pictures, and then Robin's going to kind of walk them through what the claim process would be, what we'll need in order to file a claim with Corsa on that. At this point, I think that's the extent of the damage. I mean, we've had things like Brian Biggerstaff lost a couple $1,000s worth of vaccines because the power went out, the refrigerator. We don't have a generator out there, so that might be something we need to address down the road. I think that's happened one other time. And then I think out at Transit, we had the automatic gate, the mechanism got fried in there from a power surge. So it's just been small things like that. Our deductible's 5,000, so
We'll probably just take care of
we'll
it.
probably just take care of those. So nothing of significance that we're aware of at this time, but just kind of a lot of little things, and we're working through those. So I think that's my update for you.
Brendan, do you have anything?
I do. I just came from the Launch and Learn for the Knox County Convention and Visitors Bureau. And we have our new Venture Guide out. And on top of that, it's beautiful. It tells all the things that you want to do and where you want to eat, what you want to enjoy in the adventures in Knox County. But our own Andrew Champlin has a picture he did of Honey Run Waterfall. It's absolutely beautiful, and a good job, Andrew. My favorite picture in there, and you did it.
I'll tag you.
Yeah, so make sure you pick these up. You can pick them up all over the city. At the Woodward Opera House, we'll have some here in the service center and all over town, and they're great. This is the cover if you're looking for it. So anyway, and congratulations to Olivia Toth and all of her team, Natalie, for doing a great Knox County Visitor Bureau adventure guide. So tells all about the arts and everything you want to do in Knox County, and 53,000 overnight visits this past year. So that's great. That's great. We're the place to go.
Anything else?
That's all I have.
I look for a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
We stand adjourned.